Op Labs launched Privacy Boost as an enterprise privacy solution for regulated blockchain use cases on the Optimism stack. The Privacy Boost angle matters because the product tries to make privacy selective rather than invisible to all oversight. The tension is whether enterprise privacy tool turns into a durable change or simply a sharp data point. That is why the first read should stay close to the confirmed numbers, ZK plus T, Optimism stack, and the immediate checkpoint around audit details next. For an adoption story, the useful test is whether the integration removes real friction for users rather than only adding a new brand name. The reason to keep watching is that the next checkpoint can change the meaning of the first move. The starting point is that the system combines zero-knowledge proofs with trusted execution environments to hide transaction details while preserving verifiable compliance paths. The key baseline details are selective disclosure and layer 2 cost, which give the story scale without requiring speculation. This scene grounds the viewer before the mechanism takes over. If the baseline changes, the rest of the story changes with it, because the consequence depends on whether those confirmed details keep holding. The most important baseline split is between what is already visible and what still needs confirmation from the next public signal. That scope keeps the segment focused on the mechanism that actually changes outcomes. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Under the surface, a transaction can be processed inside a secure enclave, have a ZK proof generated, and then send only that proof to the network. That is the working engine behind Privacy Boost, and it explains why the event cannot be read only as a surface move. In this case, the mechanism connects ZK plus T with audit details next. When that connection weakens, the story becomes less about the initial number and more about whether the system, market, or policy process can absorb stress. That mechanism is the reason a viewer should watch process quality, not just the largest number in the story. The real-world consequence sits with institutions get a possible middle path between public chain transparency and the privacy needed for treasury, supply chain, or trading workflows. For viewers, the useful question is who actually has to react: users, traders, issuers, regulators, operators, or institutions. Here, Op Labs sits at the center of that reaction, while Op Labs shapes the next practical step. The consequence is strongest where the event changes access, trust, liquidity, compliance planning, or the cost of making a decision. That makes the impact measurable through behavior, not through hype around the topic. The careful reading is the open issue is whether enterprises trust the T implementation and whether audits prove the model is resilient. That limit matters because the confirmed facts do not automatically prove the most aggressive interpretation. The safer split is to treat Optimism stack as established context, while leaving the unresolved part open until a stronger signal appears. That keeps the story useful without turning a partial data point into a conclusion. The open point should remain separate from the confirmed facts until a filing, market move, patch, data release, or official action closes the gap. If later evidence changes the read, the story should adjust around that evidence. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The deciding signal is the next signal is developer adoption, security audit detail, and whether regulated apps build on the tool. For Privacy Boost, that is the point where the story either gains confirmation or stays stuck as an unresolved market, policy, security, or adoption question. The practical readout is to follow audit details next alongside the supporting details, enterprise SDKs, and ZK plus T. If that next signal arrives, the story moves. If it does not, the only confirmed position is the one already visible in the evidence. The viewer should leave with one concrete checkpoint, not a prediction about where the market or policy process must go.